Shalom and welcome to 2 Minutes of Torah. This year is entitled Parshat Shmot, Yocheved, Saving Moshe, Part 1. Passuk says that Yocheved saw that Moshe was good, and therefore she saved Moshe Rabbeinu. So the Mefarshim all try to understand, what does this mean? That she saw he was good and she saved Moshe Rabbeinu. So does it literally mean that therefore she saved Moshe Rabbeinu? Well, no, she saw he was good, and she saved Moshe Rabbeinu. So the commentators have different approaches. Rashi just writes that she saw there was a light in the room, something special, and she saved Moshe Rabbeinu. Rashbam writes it's wrong to put in therefore. It doesn't make sense. A woman goes ahead and sees a child. She wants to save her child. Nekudah, there's nothing to discuss. Whether tovim or lo tovim, how beautiful he is, not beautiful, it does make a difference. And therefore, you should not put in the word therefore. He does write, however, that he was born early at 6 months. And the question is he a viable baby or not? And therefore, she saw that he looked like a very healthy baby, despite the fact that he was born so early. And therefore, not in general, therefore she saw he was good and therefore saved the baby. But in this specific case, she saw that he looked like a viable baby, and therefore she went ahead to try to plan to save him. The Kli Yakar writes that there was so much light in the house. He takes the medrash literally. There's so much light in the house, and it was something unique that was going on, and something that would attract the attention of the Mitzrim. And therefore, she had to try to do something, because they were going to be attracted to the house and find out that Moshe was born. So Rashbam and Kli Yakar say that there was something that went on that forced her to look into the baby and then had to save the baby. That's how they learn the Pshat. The Ramban says that there was a miracle, and therefore she tried to save him. Ramban says, what's the connection? Everyone's going to want to save the baby. So he says, because there was something unique, there was a miracle, therefore she wanted to save the baby. Chidushai Halaiv says Ramban's Pshat is difficult. He asks the question, why should she want to go ahead and save the baby? Because he's good. Everyone's going to want to save the baby. So he adds in, because there was a miracle, and she figured there's going to be a nace, some kind of a miracle, and therefore she would save the baby. Rabbi says, I don't understand. Even without a miracle, every mother is going to want to save her baby no matter what, and take the chance and the risk to save the baby. So what is the Ramban adding in? That's the question of Rabbi. So he says that the woman had so much despair during that time. They were losing their children. They were in servitude. The husbands were depressed. And the woman had no mental power to go ahead and think of any plan. They just sort of resolved they're going to have a baby, and chances are the baby's going to die. And they weren't in a proactive mode, in an optimistic mode, in a thinking mode. The wheels weren't turning. And therefore, when Yocheved saw something unique going on, she said, wow, there's hope. And once there's hope, then the mental meltdown was over. And she starts thinking and planning. And she comes up with the idea, put him in the water. So that's how the Rabbi Leibowitz learns the Ramban. That of course, every woman would want to save their babies. But over here, they were depressed, and she got out of it by having optimism. And once she had optimism, then her wheels started turning, and then she came up with the plan. Shalom, this is part 1, and we'll continue with part 2 in the next shiur.